And after the move bishop to f6, he takes the bishop. So the idea is that after pawn takes f6, bishop takes d4, in some very peculiar chain of events, despite being a full queen down just for 2 pieces, black's position is actually pretty terrible. Why? Strategic weakness. The knight will plant itself on d5, pressuring f6, and because black does not have an operator on the dark squares, with the exception of the queen, you are not going to combat a knight and bishop together, fighting for these dark squares around the king. An absolutely beautiful strategic concept. Now in the game, Chernikov gave away his knight first. He wanted to play knight takes like this, because now at least Rashid's knight is gone, but Rashid just moves the knight right back. And Nizamedinov plays knight to c3, rook e8, knight d5. I mean, everything that you expect, bishop d4. Everything plays itself. Up until this moment, the computer is still convinced that black is fine with moves like king g7, rook to d1, and d6. And all of a sudden, here, Rashid plays just a very logical follow-up to his whole previous plan, which is rook to d3. And the idea of rook to d3 is to rotate the rook to pressure. And all of a sudden, the computer goes, holy... Oh, yeah, this is really bad. Because you just cannot defend anything. Like, his position is absolutely paralyzed because of the outpost concept and the rotation of the rook. And so we get bishop d7, rook f3, and Chernikov tries to create a little bit of counterplay, but bishop c3 deflects the queen away, and now knight takes f6. It doesn't need this rook, because if you play bishop takes then knight g4, and this rook is hanging, the king is under attack. If, for example, king to f8, and you take, and listen, you crash through. The queen is not the only defender of the king. That cannot happen, okay? The queen needs to be attacking. It was not made to defend, right? And so in the game, we get bishop to e2, which is kind of a vague fork. But after knight h7 and king g8, Nizamedinov just finally activated yet another piece. This rook is just immortal, just standing here the whole time, gets taken. But in the process, look at this. I mean, this rook is under fire, and you can't move the rook. The craziest thing about this position is, like, for example, if you were to move, h8 becomes a huge problem. And the game ends with exactly that. And look at this. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, like, I'm sorry, I should have been a parental advisory warning. I mean, he literally sacrifices the entire house of pieces to get to an endgame, and the fact that they were able to ultimately transition into positions where, despite being vaguely close in material, it's just over. And actually here, Chernikov just resigned.